Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ejima. Thank you all for taking this time out to join this live on this Tuesday evening. Don't forget to like the video, okay? And in today's live, Ngozi, I believe, is going to be helping in the comments. I don't know where she is, but I am going to be talking about my experience living in Charlotte, North Carolina, for what is now 4 years. So what was exactly? I think I moved exactly August 10th of 2020. I cannot believe it is already 4 years. That's crazy. Time really flies, I guess, when you're having fun. Having fun for sure. So thank you guys again for joining. You can list all your questions in the comments. I'll probably take one or two people on today. It won't be too long because it's been a long weekend. I'm still recovering from the weekend. It's been a long day. But I just want to jump on here quickly. I'll probably do a sit down video about this as well. I just wanted to briefly talk about my experience 4 years living in Charlotte, North Carolina. So many of you know, my name is Nnena. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I share this page with my twin sister Ngozi, who lives in Houston, Texas. I still see in the comments some people get confused about that. Sorry for the confusion. So I moved to New Jersey. I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina from New Jersey in 2020, August. I said August 10, 2020. No friends, no job. Yeah, during the pandemic, I was just very, very tired and bored in New Jersey. I had planned to move to Charlotte earlier, but due to the pandemic, I pushed it back. I had planned to move January of 2020, but I didn't end up moving until August of 2020. I just came with like a couple of bags. I didn't have a car and, started all over again. And I don't regret it. It's been a great experience, but I always say this, and even in a lot of my videos, it's not for everyone. You don't have to do what I did. I don't get a trophy for doing what I did. Just because it works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you or anyone else. I mean, it is a bit risky to move during the pandemic, then without a job, somewhere with no friends. It's almost like a recipe for depression, in a sense. Like literally, that's like a recipe for depression. But the living God I serve is faithful. And what I can say in these 4 years, I really learned a lot about myself and the culture I come from. We're Nigerian-American. It is kind of frowned upon for a woman to live on her own. And in Jersey, we don't really see too many women doing it. And then you definitely wouldn't see a woman leaving her family and like moving to another state with like no reason. So I kind of feel like what I did is kind of like I was viewed kind of as being a rebel, if I may say so myself. I was just tired of the cold and I wanted to live alone. So I figured I'm not gonna be able to live alone if I stay in New Jersey because New Jersey is so expensive. So if I stayed in New Jersey, every time it's time to look at an apartment or look to move, and I see the prices, I'm just gonna keep staying in my family house. Which nothing is wrong with that, but I think after a while, in your late 20s, kind of want your own space, right? You want to discover yourself. And a lot of people think, oh, when a woman says she wants her own space, that means she's doing something bad. To be honest, I was doing more living in my family house, but that's a conversation for another day. But I just kind of feel like I wanted to just experience something different. And I wanted to do it on my own terms. I wanted to be somewhere warmer, lower cost of living. I really didn't want to go too south. That's why I did not choose Georgia or Texas because I wanted the South, but I kind of wanted to introduce myself slowly to the South. So I picked North Carolina, and I don't regret it. But again, like I said, I know that's not for everyone. So the title of this live is The Honest Truth About Living in Charlotte, North Carolina for 4 years. Overall, my experience has been good, right? I've had like ebbs and flows. I've had like ups and downs. Like about a year ago, I started getting tired of living in Charlotte, North Carolina, right? I kind of started getting bored. I was thinking more about moving, thinking about something, thinking about being in a new environment. But now, as of recently, in the past month, I feel fine again. So I think the way I've been feeling might be normal for most people. Oh, maybe they're just not gonna come out and say it. But I think no matter where you move to, especially if you don't focus on building community, eventually you're gonna feel like, I kind of maybe I need to leave. Maybe this place isn't for me. Maybe it's kind of boring. Maybe this is not my. I feel like you're gonna find a reason to escape, right? And I just view it similar to relationships. These days, I can compare everything to relationships. You can always find something not to like about it. Always. You can always find something not to like about the place you live, the job you're working at, the gym you go to, the church you go to. None of these things I just named are ever going to be perfect. Even when you turn 90, they're never going to be perfect. So I feel like it comes to a point in life where you just like, I know this is the best, quote unquote, but I'm going to make it work. And that doesn't mean you tolerate rubbish. Doesn't mean you stay somewhere that you're miserable or you're unhappy or you're crying every day. I don't believe in that. I do think that sometimes there's a point in life you have to get up and go and you need to leave. But the 4 years in Charlotte, I've never had that strong conviction. There's been points I've thought about it. Should I go to Dallas? Should I go back to Jersey and save some money? Should I move to Houston, Ngozi? Yeah, like I've had those thoughts, but I've never sat down seriously and like really like, oh yeah, I'm gonna move. No, because end of the day, I know wherever I go, nobody's gonna be perfect. And people complain about everyone everywhere. We have subscribers who move from city to city. I know people that go from city to city and they're still not happy. So end of the day, I'm not looking for happiness in any specific city. I'm not looking for happiness in any specific human being, in any church, in any job. I realize like happiness is my job. It's an inside job, So I'm gonna go on I don't want to get too churchy tonight because it's only Tuesday. But I realized like trying to chase people or things, thinking that they're gonna make you happy, just going to end up being very disappointed. And I got tired of, no, I was like, I'm gonna make this work. I really do like Charlotte because it's a chill city. And I say this in a lot of my videos, it fits my personality. It may not fit your personality, right? A lot of people want more. They want more variety. They want more options. They want something bigger. A lot of people, they want like just the more culture. And I totally get all of that. But I feel like for my personality, Charlotte is perfect. It's perfect for me. Only thing I can say about Charlotte, I feel like it is kind of expensive compared to the amount they pay people. I really feel like I could see why people choose Texas because they simply get more for your money, even though Texas is not cheap. Ron said, "Love, just move to Houston already. You'll be happy." I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And then just the thought of moving, Ron, like it's not as simple. People say, just move, just move. Like I started a new job recently. And just to get that job, I know how long it took me. So for me to get up, really get up and start looking for the job, look for apartment, start meeting people. Like I just feel like the thought of that alone makes me not even interested in moving. Like maybe if I had a remote job, I'm like, okay, at least I'm gonna keep my job. But that's another situation. Like I was talking to one of our former coworkers around this morning, and it's almost like the reason I can say people can't compare me because I don't complain about Charlotte. I don't say Charlotte's a terrible place and I hate it. That's different. If I was saying that every day on these videos and I'm sitting here, that doesn't make sense. But I know people like my coworker at my old job that I left like 3 years ago. She's always complaining about that same job. And I'm just like, why are you still there? The pay is low. You don't like the work environment. You don't like the management. You're not happy there, but you're still there just complaining. Like to me, that doesn't really make sense because it's like there's nothing positive really about that job except for the fact that it's safe and it's your comfort zone. But you're just it's actually "Nana, I'm scared of the unknown. I have that fear." And I'm like, okay, I get it. She's comfortable, and I understand, especially you're grown, you have kids, but at the same time, I'm telling her, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? Like, it's almost going to be impossible for you to find a job that's worse than the job that you're at now. So I guess I say that's related to like my Charlotte experience. I don't have, I feel like people want me, like even people that move, like people want me to have a negative experience with Charlotte. Like people want me to say, oh, I hate it, it's terrible, the dating sucks. It's like, I can't say that. Yes, do I have issues with Charlotte, North Carolina? Of course. Like I would have issues with Houston if I moved there. Like I'll have issues with Dallas, like I have issues with New Jersey. But I'm not so unhappy or miserable that's like, oh my gosh, I need to get out of here. If I got to that point, I would do it, right? I would do it because I don't really like people who stay in situations and just keep complaining. That's a bit annoying. Like you're just gonna stay somewhere and every second complaining, 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 but you're not trying to solve your problem. You just keep complaining about the problem. So yeah, do I necessarily think I'll be in Charlotte forever? No, I don't necessarily think so at all. But for now, um, so do you ever feel stagnant in Charlotte? Stagnant as far as what? That's so general. I don't feel stagnant. Like in general, no, I don't feel stagnant. Maybe as far as like salary, as much as I can make, I would probably say that. Like if I was to leave Charlotte, I think that'd be the number one factor would be to make more money. But besides that, I wouldn't necessarily say I feel stagnant because I've grown so much in other areas. Even though I'm not making the money I feel like I deserve and I would like to make, I feel like I've grown in so many other areas to make up for that. Because to me, anyone that knows me closely is like, I know there's more to life than money. Trust me, of course, you need money, but I don't I don't know the word to use because if I really was that obsessed with money, I wouldn't have moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. I wouldn't go down south. Period in my field because I did the research before I moved and I saw that they don't make as much as where I was leaving from. So it's not like the money part is so shocking, but obviously when you start paying bills for the first time, you're living on your own, you may not really be able to put into context because you weren't. I wasn't like when I lived in Jersey, I still wasn't living on my own, so I still wasn't spending the way I'm spending now. So when you put it when you're actually living off that salary, like, oh wow, this is interesting. So if anything, um, yeah, I wouldn't say I'm stagnant, but I definitely feel like if I was to leave Charlotte, it would be because like I met someone serious somewhere else or for career growth. I feel like those would be the two main reasons why I would leave Charlotte. Erica Harris said the church is like a sorority in the South. It is cliquey. That's interesting. Wilson, North Carolina, outside of Raleigh. That's where you're calling in from. Okay. Wilson, North Carolina, outside of Raleigh. Do you recommend Charlotte to young Black professionals? Depends on what you're looking for. Because I always say this in almost every video. One of my big issues with Charlotte is that I feel like it's lacking a space for young Black professionals, and I feel like when I go to Black establishments in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's either a lot of older people or it's very ratchet. I find it hard, and I go out. I've been to so many places. I feel like I find it hard to really see a scene for young Black professionals. And I always say, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I just haven't seen it. I haven't found it. So it depends on what this professional specifically is looking for, but I don't see why not. And okay, so this question is, how has Charlotte changed over the 4 years you've been there? 4 years. I feel like because when I first moved, I didn't know people. I wasn't going out. Like it was kind of boring, and then like I started associating with people more. Then it became exciting. Then of course you know how that goes. And you just get tired of the same thing. Then I just retreated. So I would say I retreated for like about a year. And now recently, the past couple of months, I started coming out again and like, force myself out, make myself do things, try to make myself meet people. It's so much effort. And that's something I could say why community is really, really important because I think that is really what is going to shape your experience no matter where you move. Unless you're someone that really, really enjoys doing things by yourself. And for me, I can do things by myself and I really, really don't mind. But I don't want to feel like I always have to go out. I don't want to feel like I always have to spend money. I don't want to feel like I always have to dress up. Like when you have community, it allows you to do more chill things. Like it allows you to, I don't know how to explain it. Like, okay, you just see your friends at church or you just go to someone's house and hang out. Like it doesn't have to be so serious. Oh my God, I need to dress up. I need to wear makeup. I need to put on nice shoes. No, you're just chilling. So I definitely feel like community is really, really important. And a lot of people complain about not having it, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of people don't really want it. They like the idea of it, but they don't really want it because they're not putting in effort. And if you really want friends and really want community, it takes effort on everyone's part. Like I texted this girl the other day about this event, whatever. And she's like, oh, yeah, blah, blah. Mind dropping her from this girl like 3, 4, 5 months. I just text her because she's new to Charlotte. I'm like, I always have a soft space in my heart for people that are new because I know how that feels like, right? I've been there, I had that experience. So I invited her some check. I won't be able to make it, but yeah, invite me to more things. I'm down, LOL. And I just replied, I was like, well, you can reach out too if you want to do something. It's just never said anything. I just feel like a lot of people, they say they want to make friends, they want to build community, but they're so lazy. They're so lazy, like they don't want to do anything. Like I'm not gonna be texting you every time and you never text me. I'm not gonna be inviting you to stuff all the time. I'm not gonna be hitting you up and you never text. Like it's not tit for tat, but at the same time, it's like I don't know why her comment kind of triggered me. I was like, oh, invite me to more stuff. Why? The phone works both ways. Like, I'm not going to keep reaching out and you're not reciprocating that effort either. It gets tiring on my part. Same way it feels vice versa. It gets tiring on your part. But then you'll see these same people complaining, oh, Charlotte's so boring. I don't have friends. The people here are stuck up. Oh, people here are so mean. Oh, people are this, people are that. Like, no, it's not. You're the main part of this problem. You're lazy. you're lazy and you're low effort, and no one's gonna chase you. So yeah, it's just I think people can be just very interesting. It's like almost like they want like things to drop in their life. They want relationships to drop in their life. They want friendships to drop in their life. They want jobs to drop in their life. It's like, when are you going to be accountable and put in the work? When are you going to do your part? When are you going to stop looking for someone or something to blame? Anyway, um, so he said she probably said that because you've been here longer. No, but that's not an excuse, because I have someone else that I met recently. I don't know if she's in this live, and I just met her, and she's hitting me up. Okay, Nana, what are we doing this weekend? Okay, I want to come here. Can we do this? Can we do that? Like, I get what you're saying to an extent, but no, it's still laziness. Like, if you have a resource like me, you shouldn't be bored. If you have a resource like me, like people are dying. Let me not say that word in this live. People are praying to have a person like me in their life. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even trying to hype myself up, because I'm so down. Like, I realize a lot of people are not like me. Like, I can be boring, granted, but I'm also very down. You'd be like, okay, Nana, I don't care for a lot of things. I'm not going to go out of my way to do stuff I don't care about. But if you need someone to go with you, I'm going to come. You'd be like, oh, Nana, I want to go to this restaurant. Okay, I don't really eat out, but okay, I'll see you in an hour. Like, a lot of people, I realize, like, they don't move like me. They're very like, oh, I need 4 hours to get ready. Oh, I'm so busy. Like, a lot of people, I realize they're not, like, I'm very spontaneous. I don't even really like to make real plans. Because when I make real plans, I feel like I don't have as much fun and I overthink it. So I'm like, yo, you have someone like me who's like down and who's really like knows what's going on, who like goes out a lot, and you're not using the resource. Nah, like, I'm an asset. I'm an asset. But anyway, let me go through these comments. Are there, Ngozi said, community is greater than location for sure. Are there professional blacks men available today? I don't know, Erica. Bungalow said, been there. Like, I'm your personal Eventbrite girl. No. Yeah, like, it's just weird. Like, no, don't tell me to hit you up. Oh, keep inviting. No. You say, okay, no, you free this weekend? Okay, I'm gonna do something. What you propose? Okay, I like to do this. What you suggest? Like, put in some effort. Don't be waiting for me. I'm not Eventbrite. Don't wait for me. Don't. Hi Bung, long time. Hope you're good. Yes, hi Bung. It's been a minute. Evie said, just join. People are lazy, no effort. I'm talking about why a lot of people don't have friends, especially when they move to new cities, and then they'll get upset and they'll make YouTube videos about the people not being friendly and all this stuff. And I'm realizing a lot of time it's those people, like, they just are very lazy and low effort, and that's why they don't have friends. Because at this age, we're not in college with each other. We don't have like we don't have a lot of spaces at our age where we're going to see people consistently, unless the people are at your workplace. But at our age, if you are not intentional, you don't put in the effort, you're not going to have friends. You are not, unless you live with them. Let me give you 2 examples: your coworkers or your roommate, if you have them. Besides those 2 groups of people, everyone else you're gonna have to put in effort, because we're just in an environment that we don't see people often. So if you don't see them, like maybe at church, you don't have an event, it's hard. You got to put in effort at that age. That's fine if you want recommendations, but you still can. But you can still initial outreach just to connect. Exactly, like it's a two-way street. How is Concord Mills Mall? I've been there like once or twice. I don't really like it. It's like an outlet mall. Kind of reminds me of Jersey Gardens. If you're anyone remind me of anyone from Jersey, I don't really care for it. The only mall I like is South Park. Continue washing yourself. I don't understand. Bungalow said, hi, loves. Yes, I hope you both are well. Yes, we good. Evie said, hey, booze. So you just need someone to also just, so you just need someone to also just have ideas, not necessarily plan. Got it. Yeah, like for me, and I know I'm a bad planner. I'm working on it. I'm trying to be more intentional, because like I mentioned earlier, I don't really like planning. I like to do certain things that are spontaneous, but then something like going to the beach, that's why I haven't been in almost 4 years, because that can't really be spontaneous 4 hours away. I have to plan that. So and I'm taking responsibility. Okay, I'm gonna pick this date. No matter what happens, I'm gonna book the hotel and I'm going. So I have to be more. I had to get on myself more. I'm like, Nana, like you've been here almost 4 years plus, and there's still so many things that you've been saying you want to do that you haven't done. That's not acceptable. So, yeah, I do think I also need friends more that are more of planners, so I could just tag along. But at the same time, that doesn't mean I still can't plan stuff too. Proverbs 18:24. A man that has friends must show himself friendly, and there's a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. Oh yeah, that's a good verse. Maybe they have financial issues, so they avoid friendship. I'm not gonna lie, the streets get expensive, but as a woman, I feel like going out, you don't really have to spend a lot of money. Like, what are we doing that I spend? I don't spend that much when I go out, to be honest. I don't feel like women have as much pressure. You said, oh, dang, yeah, I feel that. As a non dater, I do get the feeling of wanting to be out and about, but it's important to also lean into being open to trying new things with people, right? Try new things for sure. It can be hard sometimes if they are available and want to hang out, of course. Southerners have different lifestyles and interests. Could you elaborate on that? Non-data. You said I love throwing that term in just to troll. Yes, you know non-data. I don't even really know what that means. Like, does that are you a non-dater because you don't want a relationship? Or does that mean like if someone comes to you and asks you for your number, you're just not gonna give it to them because you're non-dater? I think that's what kind of confuses me with the term of non-dater. Like non-dating means that you're not really looking, but does that mean that you also would decline someone that's interested in you as a non-dater? Bungalow said, you have to know your value when you're genuine and considerate, or you will overextend yourself. A struggle friend hate to see me leaving. A struggle friend hate to see me leaving. Yeah, like, honestly, I realize in friendships is so friendships are literally relationships just on another level. They're an intimate relationship. And I've had situations where I feel like someone's trying to use me. And I would just like, let me peep how this girl moving. And I just like stand up for myself. Like, oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You can do this, but I'm not interested in that. I'm not available. And it's just annoying that you have to navigate life like this. But I really feel like naturally human beings will just try to take advantage. Especially if you're nice, you're down, you don't complain, you don't say anything. People are just uh, people. Mm-mm. And honestly, like I said this before. I think alive. I'm not against friends. I'm not against making new friends, but I'm also not looking for friends, if that makes sense. Similar to maybe Evie's definition of being a non-dater. I'm not actively like, oh my God, I need friends. You know, people post, oh my God. I feel like I know enough people. Sure enough, Clan. I've been here for 4 years. I know enough people. I know maybe can I have more acquaintances? Sure, but friends also, especially dealing with women. I hate to say because I don't want to come on here and bash my gender because I'm a woman, but especially the older I get, I could see why people limit their friendships. The older I get, I really see why people just make a bunch of acquaintances. And some people think that some people have so many friends, but those are not their friends, they're acquaintances. Those people don't know anything about them. They really, really don't. Because you do have to be vulnerable. It's a relationship. You have to be vulnerable to a certain extent to really get deep into a friendship. You have to be vulnerable. And sometimes I'm not gonna lie, it can be scary. It can be scary because at least with a guy, if you're dealing with him and things don't work out, like I feel like most guys are not gonna go around. I don't know how to explain it. If, I'll say that for another live dating in Charlotte. Okay, Evie said we gotta take that offline because I just be talking. Outside is expensive, but only affordable if rolling with big boys, Nigerian men. Outside is, I mean, I, I think it depends. Nigerian, you said Nigerian man, LMAO and Guzzy, please. People from the East Coast enjoy museums, fashion shows, concerts, etc. And Southerners are way more laid back. So maybe that's why some people I know have said Charlotte's too slow for them. Um, I could see that Southerners are more laid back, kind of like just take a life a day at a time. And nothing's wrong with that, but some people want more than that. So as far as the honest truth about living in Charlotte North Carolina for 4 years, I really don't, I know Ngozi will come for me. She thinks, oh, blah, 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 I'm the Charlotte representative, I'm the Charlotte ambassador. I'm really not. But it's almost, y'all have heard that term, like if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's kind of how I feel about my current experience living in Charlotte. Like there's nothing that is so annoying or so like so terrible. They're so, oh my goodness, I need to get out of here. Like I just don't, and I know people have had those feelings. I just can't relate with them. I don't have those feelings. What don't you like about Charlotte? I don't like the cost of living. Um, I don't like the food. I feel like it's very hard to find good tasting food. Like going to Atlanta that weekend was refreshing. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm deprived in Charlotte. I don't like the cost of living. I don't like the food. And I feel like I don't like the nightlife when it comes to people of color. I don't really like it. There's nothing like there's not a lot of places that I really vibe and connect with. So a lot of times, I mean, it's good for me because I save my money and sit in my house. But a lot of times, I'm like, I'd rather stay home than go out and do what these people are doing out here because it's just not for me. So I would say those are the three things: the cost of living, the food, and the social scene. I will say, and the social scene is not terrible, but it's not good. I would say that for at least for what I'm looking for. Like I feel like I'm just very limited. Like if I wanted to go out often, I would just be going to my same spots, and that's gonna get boring. Like there's not a lot of variety as far as the type of vibes that I like. Like Friday, we did a lot. Friday, we went to Merchant Trade. I haven't been on a Friday in a while. I used to have a really good DJ. I don't know what happened. We went there to play elevator music. So we left Merchant Trade, went to Spice. Spice is cool, always a vibe. So that was cool. And it's kind of like we're looking for a place that we would have gone to after Spice, right? But it's not. It doesn't have to be too turned. It doesn't have to be too much because Spice is like a chill vibe. Like no one's dancing there, just sitting around. It was cool, but there's like no. Mm, yeah, yeah. Sean, it's just like where do you go to meet people? That's the question. Like what type of things? Like if you want to be outside, I feel like there's no environments I really see that I like that would say, "Oh, tell us, oh, go here to meet people. Go here to just network. Go here to do." I wish we had like more mixtures and actual events like the Black Health Connect they had in March, things of that nature that have like some type of meaning behind them. So people are not just coming out to party, like you're actually coming out to meet people. Erica said, "How was the job market?" I'm not really sure. I feel like it's pretty good. You should have been at Mad Mouse. I haven't been to Mad Mouse since May. Inga said, "There's no Zara. I'm going tomorrow." What do you love about CLT? Love about CLT. I mean, it's just home for now. That's what I love about it. It's just home. I love that I'm not too far away from New Jersey, so when it's time to travel back home, the flight is really short. Technically, I could even drive. It'll be 10 hours. I haven't done that yet. I really don't plan to do that. Um, I love that it's still growing, even though that could be a negative thing. It's still exciting to see it grow. But yeah, let's say overall, something is missing. Charlotte is a corporate family city. That is why it lacks nightlife. But the thing about Erica is I'm not saying Charlotte lacks nightlife. It lacks what I would do in nightlife, right? But it's not fair. Like Charlotte is full of people jumping up and down at night. Uptown is full of bars and clubs. South End is full of bars and clubs. Like all over Charlotte, there's a lot of nightlife. It's just I don't care for any of it. And it can also just be the phase of my life I'm in, period. I think it's both, but I do think if I had more spaces, I play the type of music I want to hear, have the type of vibe I want, I'll probably go out more. But in general, I don't really care too much for nightlife. I'm getting older. Like I want to sleep by midnight and wake up and get stuff done. But even going to Atlanta the other weekend, I was like, oh, okay, this is actually fun. I can actually hang. Like, I didn't know I still had it in me because I just don't do it in Charlotte. I really, really, really don't. Like, I really don't go out. I really don't go out late. I really don't do much here. So part of me just felt like, oh no, I can't. Like, I'm kind of over it. But I had a lot of fun in Atlanta. I was like, it's still in me. It's just I don't have anywhere to let it out in Charlotte. That's the problem. Oh my God, Evie, this is so interesting you said this. Have you ever thought of starting a meetup group for Charlotte, but theme it for the type of people you like to mix and mingle with? That's crazy because everything I've joined a few meetups and they're always losing an organizer. So they'll keep emailing me. Always forward the emails to Ngozi and my cousin. They were like, oh, 10 days left. Do you want to be the organizer? 5 days left. Do you want to be the organizer? I just thought today, because I have a theme, well, we have a theme for an event coming up. I was like, what if I made this theme, the name of a meetup? Like, and we just explore Charlotte. Wouldn't that be so fun? And it's so crazy, Evie, that you mentioned that because I was literally at work today thinking that like maybe what I need to do is do a meetup. Maybe that's what I need because it'll be a way to bring so many people together and we can actually like hang out and do stuff. But it's gonna be all women. That's the issue with this meetup should be I don't want an all woman meetup. But I'll think about it. It's funny you mentioned that. Same here. I love art studios and coffee shops. Yeah, I like coffee shops. In the past, if I stopped pouring into the friendship, everything fell apart. If I stopped reaching out, there was essentially no communication. When I stopped, I attracted more reciprocity. Yeah, basically, it's like setting a boundary. Like that's what it is. And I don't have pride, so I'm not that person that feel I'm gonna search and say, oh, April 10th, I texted you last, so I can't text you again. Like I don't move like that. But if I feel like I'm the one consistently reaching out first over a period of time, I'm just gonna retreat. It's the chicken or the egg concept. You may think you don't care about certain things, but it may be a result of lack of availability slash options. Always trying to come for Charlotte, North Carolina, always. That sounds like a fun idea. It would complement the channel. Yeah, I think it would be fun. Like I meet people. I really do believe a lot of people are looking for what I'm looking for. Like I don't think I'm alone. I really, really don't. A lot of us want real events. You want to do real things. You don't want to be at bars and clubs. Like it's hard to meet people that way. And nothing's wrong. I be outside here and there, right? Sunday, I even went out by myself. So I'm not saying this to because some people put their nose up. Oh, I don't go out. I don't go to club. I don't go to bar. Like no, but you're still a hoe at home. Like you don't need to go. Like going out doesn't make you a bad person. Please stop it. Some people put their nose up. Like that's beneath me. Like y'all go out. Like y'all go to there. Y'all go to there. Like I'm too good for that. No, your body count's higher than mine. But I digress. We're not talking about things live. Stop acting like this. But I just feel like a lot of people like we want to have like real events, like like pool parties, karaoke, bowling. We go to we go to lounge here and there. We go to a water park. Plan a weekend getaway. Go to Asheville. Go to Charleston. I really feel like there's so many people that just want to do real things. Like they want to explore, but they don't have the people to do it with. And I do know that with my personality. I need accountable people around me and it makes me step up. Because I always tell you, my motto is I'm down, always down, but never pressed. So I'm always down. Like you can call me be like, oh, Nana, I want to go to Jupiter. I'll be like, okay, what time are we going to Jupiter? Okay, give me an hour. And I'm going to come to Jupiter with you, right? But if that person never called me, I will so easily stay home. Does that make sense? It's like I feel like I'm down, but I'm also very, very calm. If that, like, I'm like it's like I'm it sounds so contradictory. Like I like to go out, but I'm also a homebody. And people don't believe. They're like, oh no, 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 no. You're not. You'll always be out. No, like I'm actually really, really a homebody. So if I don't have anyone kind of pulling at me, it's very easy for me to be boring. So if I had a meetup group, I feel like it would be perfect because obviously like I have people like I have to show up, right? If I say, oh, we're meeting up every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, it's gonna make me come out Wednesday at 8 o'clock. It's going to make me accountable. So I feel like I do need more structure, and that would help me explore Charlotte more if I had more people to hold me accountable. Because I don't really have a lot of people around me that really do much or plan much. So it's very easy for me to stay home or go out alone, which I don't mind, but there's certain places you just don't want to go out alone. Evie said, well, it's a sign, do that, don't waste time. The meetup, it's not a responsibility. Again, y'all, please like the video. Please like the video. The honest truth about living in Charlotte, North Carolina for 4 years. Thank you, Guzzy. Please move to Houston. That's a good one. My lease is up in February. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I moved to Houston, it'll probably be like, what's this 2024? Probably at the earliest, so probably like ending of next year, to be honest, because I want to stay at this job at least 1 year. But I don't cancel it out. I don't think it's something that's oh my god, should never happen. But I'm cool chilling in Charlotte, North Carolina as well. Like I said, those people knowing me like live life because the people that well don't like to do anything. And that's fine if you don't like to go out or you don't like to do stuff. I don't think nothing's wrong. I think people should let people be who they are and let people live, and not everyone has to have the same interests as you. So that's why I don't mind going out alone, right? Because I realize not everyone likes women's basketball. So I'm not going to force you to come and drive to Columbia with me and go watch your women's basketball team play because that's not what you're into. But at the same time, I've been in situations where some people are like, oh my God, you didn't invite me. But I didn't know that you would want to come. So I think also sometimes when you start moving by yourself, people kind of take it personal. And I'm just like, but all this time we've been here, you don't plan nothing. You don't say let's do this, let's do that. So why when I start moving by myself, you're taking it personal. And it's not personal, it's just I've come to the point that if I really want to do certain things, I'm not waiting for anyone. I'm not going to sit around and not do what I want to do or not get the experience I want to get because I'm waiting on people. That's crazy. Tomorrow's not even guaranteed. Like I want to do what I want to do. I want to have fun. So it's nothing personal. And honestly, there's some people's energy. Yeah, it's better off being going out by yourself. I'm not even gonna lie, because some people's energy can be draining. Some people's energy can be negative. It can block stuff, people from you. So yeah, going out by yourself is cool. I just don't like to do it at nighttime. It's not safe. Because I went out for the first time in a while alone Friday. It was cool. Bung said facts. Yeah, like sometimes y'all looking for people to go out with all the time, but you better off going out by yourself. You better off going out by yourself. You meet a lot of people. You meet way more people. Way more people are more comfortable approach you by yourself. Going out by yourself, the only issue I have is like the safety component. So I don't advise doing it at night. But going out by yourself can actually be it makes, at least for me, because I'm already a talker, I'm already a social person, it makes me have to be social versus just sitting with one or two people and they're talking the whole night, or you have that company and you're more than likely not going to meet other people. So going out by yourself can be really chill, cool. I like to like dinner by yourself. It's not a bad idea. Because he said I'm big on energy. Yes, energy is big. Like, don't come around me frowning, please. If y'all, I could be moody. I'm not gonna lie, but trust me, if I'm frowning, I'm gonna stay in my house and frown. Like, I'm not gonna come out with you and start frowning. Like, if I know I'm not in the mood to go out, I don't force it. I really, really don't. But yeah, I'm big on energy as well. The super chat is sending me. We love the enthusiasm. The super chat is sending me. Groups of women intimidate men. And goes, here you go. Everything is about men. Lovely said, "Oh, lovely, you moved to Dallas, weren't you in Charlotte?" Yes, since I moved to Dallas, I go out by myself. Lovely, aren't you the one that was in Charlotte? Oh my gosh, you moved. Everyone's moving. A lot of people move from Charlotte to Dallas. It's like there's like a connection there. I can understand why. To me, Dallas seems like a bigger version of Charlotte. Um, there's a guy chased me out of Korea. Doubt he would do that if I was with someone. Yeah, going out by yourself, I heard some people could look at it like negatively as a woman doing that. So I don't know. But like activities are going to play, or I still want to go to Middle Sea Jazz. Just thought about that today. I haven't been there, and I have never been there, but wanted to go there. So I need to schedule that in. I still want to go to Discovery Place. Every last Friday they have like an adult what do you call it, adult on the rocks, like adults only, like an event at Discovery Place. I guess it's like a science museum. It's right by me. So those are things I have on my list. Like, then you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. I'm like, wow, I've been here 4 years and I'm still here telling you there's so much I haven't done. That's crazy. 4 years. Wow. Hi, lovely. No, I never lived in Charlotte. I came from Chicago. Okay, I'm confused with someone else. I'm confused with Miss Mermaid. I'm confused with Miss Mermaid. Where's Miss Mermaid? Where's Mia? Where's Mia? Hey. So Charlotte's a cute little city, very quiet, even uptown. People are like, oh, I would never want to live in a downtown area. Charlotte's uptown is a joke. It's very quiet. It's always empty and it's kind of like scared, like, where is everyone? Only time uptown gets crowded is when there's games at Bank of America Stadium, like a soccer game or a Panthers game or like a big like when Beyonce came, like some type of big huge concert. Besides that, uptown is so quiet, so empty. You're just like, this is our downtown area. So I think because Charlotte started building more things, there's things in Noda, Plaza Midwood, South End, even South Park. They started building a university that maybe is more spread out. But every time I go to Uptown, I'm just like, why is it so quiet here? Why is it so quiet here? So Charlotte's a chill city, depending on where you come from. I mean, just have realistic expectations. I tell everyone, it's not New York, it's not Miami, it's not Houston, it's not Atlanta, and it never will be. I don't even think in 50 years. But it gives me much more to do than the suburb of New Jersey I was living in. So that's why I think I like Charlotte, because it's not too much, but I still have stuff to do and keep me busy. Because it says Charlotte is like an Airbnb. Yeah, we have played that before. That was funny. What is Raleigh like? Raleigh's, they say, is really, really boring. Only been there a few times. It's more family oriented. Most people, yeah, Raleigh. I don't think is much happening out there. It's not comparable to Charlotte, but I heard the Nigerian community there is better and more united than Charlotte. So that's one thing. I heard they have a lot of professionals. I don't know much about Raleigh, but doesn't seem like there's anything much going on there. Lovely said, I heard Charlotte is better than Dallas. Really? From who? Who's telling you this? Who's telling you that? That's interesting. Charlotte. I've seen people move from Dallas to Charlotte, but feel like I hear more about people moving from Charlotte to Dallas. Every and that's it. Everyone is different. Like I keep saying, it's about what you're looking for. That's really what it comes down to. What I'm looking for is not necessarily what Ngozi is looking for, not what Bung is looking for, not what Lovely is looking for. Everyone is looking for something different. So everyone is going to navigate depending on what they're looking for in a city, you know? But if you're thinking about moving, like I met a girl because Atlanta went to that conference and she's like, oh, I live in, where does she live? Like Chicago. She's like, but I'm looking for someone to move, but I don't want it to be too much. I'm like, oh, have you thought of Charlotte? Like when I hear people talking like that, I feel like Charlotte is a good place to start off. You probably won't stay there, but I feel like it's a good entryway to maybe wherever you want to eventually go to. But yeah, people are still moving here. The rent prices have gone down, y'all. I have an apartment tour I gotta put up. I have like so many videos I need to put up. Hopefully this week. I just need to stay home because if I keep jumping around, we don't have time to edit the stuff. But yeah, apartment. I toured this really cute apartment on Friday. Like, this is a real luxury. It was really, really cute. So hopefully I can put that up soon. I think you guys will really like it. They have $1,500 off their first month special, and apartment prices have dropped. My current apartment dropped 100. Like the apartment available now is $100 less than what I'm paying. And mind you, I've told y'all when I moved, my rates started off so low. So for something to be cheaper than what I'm paying, something's wrong with the economy. I was like, wow, this is really a good time for someone to move. It might just keep going lower. Now is a good time if you're thinking about moving to Charlotte and you don't have anything stopping you. You're by yourself. You don't have to think about taking kids out of school, or you don't have like a house you have to sell. You can kind of get up and go. I think you should consider doing it sooner rather than later, because the rent prices I'm seeing for it to still be summer, very low. Rent prices for it to still be summer. Like I'm in shock. Like it's August and I'm seeing this cheap rent. So imagine how cheap it's going to be in November, December, January, February, because we all know, well, we've talked about in the channel, November to February, cheapest months to move because nobody wants to move during the cold. So if you're thinking about moving to Charlotte in 2024, we have a playlist. You can watch our videos. Just do your research, but just realize that no matter how much research you do, you just still gonna have to step out on faith and do what you gotta do. Because no matter what city you pick, you're gonna find a reason not to go there. You're gonna find information telling you bad stuff about that place. So at the end of the day, I always say, what's the worst that can happen? You don't like it, you move back to where you came from. It's not the end of the world. And I don't want to minimize it because obviously I know people don't want to do that, but you know, it's not the end of the world. If you move somewhere and you realize it's not for you, you have to move back to where you came from. At least you know you tried, right? You don't know until you try. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me just finish up these comments. Some girl from Charlotte moved to Dallas and mentioned it on Threads. Seems like it's a great place you want to innovate or start new initiatives, events, etc. Lots of space for business developments. Yes, and that's why. Oh, thank you for bringing this up, Bun. I say that all the time about Charlotte, right? Like if I was a serious entrepreneur, Charlotte would be a great place because even when I'm reading a lot of my books, they always keep mentioning Charlotte. Like people in Atlanta will go open a sister restaurant in Charlotte. Like they just keep mentioning. I feel like it's just it gets mentioned here and there. Like it's still growing. So if you have something like a big idea and you put it in somewhere like Charlotte, especially because the people here are so like they don't have a lot of options. Like people eat it up. People easily eat it up. Like I said, it has to be something different, something that stands out. You don't have a lot of competition in Charlotte. You don't. There's not a lot of competition in Charlotte. Again, I mean, I know everything it's easier said than done, but Charlotte, because it's so small and it's still slow and it's a big country, if you bring something new here, people are going to be like, oh my God, the issue is don't make it too expensive because we don't make that much money. That's another thing people don't keep in mind. Like, y'all want to make these crazy prices, but look at how much people are getting paid here. Like, let it add up. And Gussie said, the streets are a distraction. LOL. Stay focused, ladies. I want focus. Like, like there was I posted on my Instagram. Justin Elliott be having me screaming, but his post on Instagram was like something like, we talked about over the weekend. We was in Atlanta. His post was like, "Oh, being celibate feels so good." And one of my friends like, "Yeah, it's easy to be that in Charlotte." And we just started busting out laughing because I say all the time, if I was in a major city, Atlanta and Houston, I don't know if I'll be the same person. So I do think God brought me here for me to stay grounded, for me to stay humble, for me to stay close to God because Charlotte does not have a lot of distractions. I'm not in cities like other people. Houston. I'm not in cities like other people where staying home on the weekend is a big deal. No, that's not my experience. Like I could stay home effortlessly. Like me going out and like I'm making effort, right? I'm forcing it. Like I'm trying to build community. I'm trying to make events. Like I'm making effort, but I don't. And I think that's sometimes what I do like about Charlotte. I live a very peaceful, quiet, private life, and I love it. I love it. And because he said the Lord is our strength. Yes, the Lord surely is. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna make a sit down video. But I just want to come out here and just do this quickly just because it literally is like my 4-year anniversary. I can't believe it living in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it's been good. I'm not gonna lie, it's been some challenging times, but I don't think that's specific to Charlotte. I think that's specific to life and being an adult and navigating life and having to make certain decisions. But yeah, I'm gonna have a proper sit down video about my experience and really detail some things that I'm not able to go through here. But Ngozi, she ate you up, I fear. She ate you up, I fear. But yeah, Charlotte is it's easy to stay grounded here, so I'm grateful for that. But thank you guys so much for watching us. We'll see you next Tuesday. We're gonna try and keep it consistent, even if we just make it shorter. I do like the lives just be a little shorter, just so when you want to rewatch it, you don't have to take too long. So we're gonna be on next Tuesday. It's gonna be interesting. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we will see you all next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 7 p.m. Central Time, right? That's Texas people time. All right. Well, see you soon. Bye. And I'll update you on my weekend because I have a lot planned from Friday to Sunday. I'm gonna be outside, but Saturday during the day I'm gonna try and edit. Or even Friday afternoon, because I get off early on Fridays. I have to be more intentional with YouTube because yeah, we out here. All right. See you guys later. Bye.